Hey guys, so Jaguar is still talking trash about Goomba and Bobby. So I don't think she's learned her lesson because she's sitting in front of police department talking about she's going in there and file a report against another police department. I said, Jaguar girl, you love punishment. You love to be manhandled. You love to be thrown in the lockup and you love going to the mental health facility. But this time it looks like if she took her meds, that she's talking lucid. However, she's sitting in front of a police department, ready to go in there. It's like she wants to create drama. So she says she's not going to get arrested, but she seems to be in her right frame of mind this time. She's not all bugged out. So we'll see when she goes in there and file this police report against another precinct what's going to happen, if she's going to get any results. It's almost a foregone conclusion because we know there's the blue line. They protect their own. So she's fighting a losing battle, honey. Now Jaguar says she's coming for the judge. Can you imagine? What kind of... What? Look, I can't. You guys, I just can't. What kind of madness is this? This is a new type of madness, all right? I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I've been here a long time on planet Earth. I've never seen anything like this. She's going after the cops. She's going after different precincts. She's going after the judge now. What in the world? What in tarnations? So she says she's going to make it common knowledge that they use a statement of a mentally ill man who is on drugs to put an innocent woman in a psych ward for 11 days to prove that she was sane. That was Jaguar's statement as to why she's going to be coming after a lot of these cops and the judge. Now, I'm going to have to break into my ebonics to get this point across. I'm going to tell you what, Jaguar, best be very clear when she goes after them judges, okay? Now, that's the part I really don't understand. How can you side with a strange man? Because she don't know Solar. She just met Solar about a month ago when all this here went down. She gonna side with him against her husband. No wonder this man don't want to come home. Here's where Jaguar is delusional. The DeSoto police don't have to explain anything to Miss Jaguar, right? So Jaguar continued with her Bobby bashing. She's alternating between Goomba and Bobby. But Bobby might just sue her for defamation because she's really messing with his livelihood at this point. His ability to earn a living for his family. Because she's still talking about Bobby and the drugs and that he sell weed and, all this stuff, which is so wrong. At this point, I think Jaguar has got a death wish because she's talking about drug dealers, alleged drug dealers. We don't know if it's true or not true, as well as calling out names and all of that. Now I can understand why she said people are after her. Yeah, people might be after you now that you're talking all about the drug dealing and names calling and all of that. You're dropping names and yeah, I would say maybe now you got a point there that somebody's after you because you alerted a whole lot of drug dealers that their stuff is not safe because you might spill the beans because according to you, according to Jaguar, she was saying where it's best to buy the weed. Her husband going down there to Bobby is not the best place, and she called another name in a previous video. So all them drug dealers perked up, honey. They said, oh, she dropping names. This is not good. Well, there she goes again, calling names, calling locations. And I'm telling you, if nobody was after her before, I would say somebody's after her now. Because she's really playing Russian roulette with her life. And maybe she got a death wish, like I said before. This is one of two things, people. Either Jaguar is bored, don't know what to do with herself, or she don't have any content to post. This is the only thing I can think of. Why would you sit in front of the police department, contemplating going in there and report another precinct, when you know they're not going to do anything? And it's really a shame that Jaguar has done this to Bobby, because Bobby and Goomba were friends and all the guys in the barber shop. It was his hangout place away from home. And maybe that's why she did it, to destroy the relationship that Goomba had with these guys. So he would have no place else to go but to her. Because it looks like if she wants to be his only friend, she want to be his mama, she want to be his daddy, she want to be the nephew, the cousin, the uncle, the sister, brother, everything in one. That's what she wants. She wants to be his all. According to Jaguar and Goomba, they got married 3 weeks after meeting each other. A lot of times, you need more time to get to know all about that next individual. Once in a while, it works out. Love at first sight. Most of the time, it doesn't, because you need more information in order to make a decision on whether you should stay together for life with that person. There's an old African proverb that goes like this: before you marry a widow, you must first find out what killed the husband. So if you first meet someone, you don't know their background, their history, their previous relationship. Why did they break up? Why did that previous relationship not last? That's what you need to find out. But when you're married, you shouldn't want to mesh. You should want to be independent and respecting each other's boundaries, but working together in that marriage for a common goal. There's an old African proverb that says, every woman is beautiful until she speaks. So be careful what comes out of your mouth, because it shows the essence of who you are. So Jaguar started to talk about how she doctored up her weed and she put all kinds of stuff to get a better high. I pop it in the microwave, and I said, you know what? She needs to go where Legina is, because she said Legina is at church. She needs to be in church because she's talking all kinds of crazy. So when she talks about doctoring up weed, and she calls it this juice up weed, because all the things that she put in it, including spraying that fentanyl on it, she says it creates dependency. So what is she saying about herself when it comes to this weed smoking? Is she saying she's dependent? Is she saying she's an addict? If that's the case, then she needs to go check herself into rehab and stop running amok on these YouTube streets. This is all alleged. So Jaguar is sitting outside of the police department. I think she has forgotten that she was arrested the last time she went into a police station. African proverbs that says, if you escape the lines then, but you forget your hat, why go back to retrieve that hat? So Jaguar said she wouldn't make the fentanyl lace weed anymore because it's addictive. And I said, well, that's the smartest thing you've said, sister girl, because you will have a serious drug problem if you keep messing with that fentanyl lace weed. This might just be a story she's telling for clicks and views. So she went deeper into this fentanyl lace weed. And I said, why? Why do that? There are a lot of young people perked up with listening ears, and they're going to go try it. We've got enough deaths among the young people when it comes to this drug epidemic. So why add to that? So that part of her video didn't make any sense to me at all. Responsible at all. With her mouth, she really should put a muzzle on that mouth. Because that's not the kind of stuff you want to release, how to make fentanyl lace weed. Because a lot of young people are going to try it and they're going to end up dead. So she is not being responsible at all. So then she says she's giving out a free recipe of how to make this fentanyl lace weed. But she would never try it again because she knows the danger. And I'm saying to myself, my dear, if you know the danger, why are you releasing that recipe for everybody out there with all these teenagers and all these young people to try?
Yeah, I sold drugs. I sold women too. Sometimes I sold men.
So when Jaguar said she did it all, I guess she really did it all. She was a pimp. She was a lot of things. So young people, I would not recommend this. Do not use this as an example of what to do in your life. So she was a drug dealer. She was a lot of things. And I'm wondering if she's making it up, because I realize some people want to go viral and they will make the most shocking statements, but it does not mean it actually happened.
I was a pimp and I was a drug dealer. And I used the music industry to do it.
I guess she is on her confession. This is like, when you're dying and you got to make your last rites, so you're going to confess everything. Confession is good for the soul because you don't know where you're going in the afterlife, whether you're going to go to heaven or hell. For those who are starch believers in heaven and hell and is God fearing, so you got to confess all your sins. This is what it sounds like if she's going to be confessing her sins, because she knows she's about to be on live. Because anytime you get out there and you telling all this stuff about drug dealers, you do not want to stick around. There's an old African saying that says, a wise man fills his brain before emptying his mouth. So she's going to be reporting a precinct. I guess the same precinct that arrested her with good cause. They had good cause to arrest her because she was acting a fool in the precinct. And we all saw it, so I don't have to go over it. But good luck to her with going in there and seeing that detective and reporting that she was manhandled, because they've got footage, they've got the videos, they've got statements of all the shenanigans she went on with for the past couple of months.
I'll be talking to the DEA on Monday.
I guess that's a new storyline. So now it looks like if she has switched her focus from the celebrities, because she knows they're not going to clap back, she's not going to get a response out of them. She has switched her focus now to Bobby and his shop and these police officers who arrested her. So she's on a slippery slope. She really is. I really think she misses Goomba a lot. And like I said before, this hairstyle and the lipstick and the nail polish, that is all for Goomba. That's what I think. Because look back, even up to last week, she was a plain Jane. When she realized that Goomba wasn't going to come back and he's got this woman in his life now, she ran out there and did her hair, her nails, put on lipstick, tweeze her eyebrow, and she got earrings, little diamond earrings. And I said, okay, you're trying to get your man back real bad. But he's not going to come back if she keep acting the way she's acting, because that's one of the things that he's afraid of, that she's not getting better. And her sitting in front of the police department waiting to report another police department is a sign that she's not getting any better. This thing is just elevating. And I honestly think partly she's doing it for clicks and views, but the other half of her is really gone. So Jaguar says she's also going to talk to the mayor. But didn't she call the mayor's office the last time? So Jaguar is not skipping a beat. She's on the same trajectory. So again, I think this is just hype. This is all about the clicks and views, because she's very calculating. She's sitting there trying to figure out her next move. She left church, she said. Imagine, she was at church. She left church to do this nonsense, to sit in front of this police department. That could have waited for the next day. She should have slept it off and think about what she's about to do. I believe Jaguar wants to keep this narrative going. This is her own little reality show. And as long as she can get enough clicks and views, she have learned the formula of how to keep her name in the spotlight, in the limelight, and not a day goes by that she does not come up with some other tactic to keep her name out there. That means, folks, more clicks, more views, more likes, which converts to what? More YouTube dollars when they send her that check every month. But I don't know what poor Bobby did to her that she got to keep his name in her mouth, constantly trying to get him in trouble, trying to get his shop shut down. That tells me maybe he and Gerald are very close. Maybe that's Gerald's bestie, and she wants to destroy that relationship the best she can by dragging Bobby's name in the mud so he can distance himself from Goomba, allegedly, and Goomba don't have no friends. Ultimately, that's her goal, to keep Goomba from having anyone around him who loves him, who is close enough to him that can give him some song advice and who cares and loves him. Allegedly. So we'll see in the next video she put out if she even follow up and talks about going into the Dallas police station to report the other precinct, because she's walking into one precinct to report another precinct, report the cops in the other precinct. So we're going to see on the next video if she carries this through, because this is all hype, folks. This is Jaguar wanting us to believe, like so many other things, wanting us to believe that this is real. I don't believe this particular segment is real. I think this is As Her World Turns. This is a little mini As Her World Turns. She's putting it on for the camera. She's hamming it up for the camera. It's obvious, just to have her name out there constantly in our mouths. So at the end of the video, she's back to bashing Goomba. And that's only because she misses him. This is, I'm seeing right through all this talking that she's doing. I am looking at a person who desperately wants to get back her husband, but he don't want to come back. So what does she do? She went out there, she got all dolled up, the lipstick, the hairdo, plucking her eyebrows, the nails. She had a manicure. Looks like if she got a facial, she got some earrings in, just to look appealing for Goomba. That's what I think. I could be wrong. And he still don't want to come back. He still don't want her. That's rejection. And when a woman feels rejected, that's the one thing Jaguar does not like. Some people can handle rejection. Others can't. Jaguar, in my opinion, by observation, cannot handle rejection. She will try to destroy you if you reject her. So that's what I see. I saw it in the music business, when the big execs in the music business did not want to bring her back. They ignore her, so she's going after them. We see it with Gerald. He don't want to come back, so she's going to destroy him. There's an African proverb that says, don't try for people to hate the person you've fallen out of love with, because he is going to continue to fall in love, but just not with you. So this is a woman who is very vengeful. You know, there's an old saying, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So she says Legina is in church. That's where she really needs to be also. Sitting there contemplating on doing evil upon others, instead of her going and sitting in that church and learn a thing or two about forgiveness, about getting her life in order, and about forgiveness. Forgiveness is good for the soul. Folks, it's not what comes out of people's mouths, but instead, look at their deeds. Look at what they are doing. I know a lot of you know that old saying, actions speak louder than words. And there's an African proverb that is very similar. It says, when deed speaks, words are nothing. So I'm going to have to pull out my ebonics and say, when you look at Jaguar's deeds, she tell you who she be. So she keeps talking about this Johnny Popcorn. Folks, they ain't no Johnny Popcorn. When she comes up with a man, that's who she's going to name Johnny Popcorn. But right now, there's no one, okay? She's just throwing that out for Goomba's benefit so he can get jealous because he's flaunting this other woman, or showing that he's got a woman on his Instagram. So that's what's driving her to do this particular video. Because in one breath she's saying Johnny Popcorn, in the other breath she's saying my husband, posting this other woman, and she's talking all about Goomba's girlfriends, that he shouldn't call her because she's going to tell the truth. And I'm saying to myself, she seems really bothered for a person who says she doesn't care about her husband and what he's doing out there, and she's not jealous. And trust and believe, I'm the last person to be jealous. She really seems bothered. If she wasn't bothered or upset about Goomba dating somebody else currently, she wouldn't even mention it. It would have been an afterthought. It would not have been the primary reason for her to make this video. She says, oh, I'm in front of the cops' headquarters to report this other precinct. If that's the case, why is she not talking all about the police? But she's ever so often, she's talking about Goomba and this other woman, which signals she's jealous. And nothing wrong with being jealous, but just be honest about it. Anywho, YouTubers, drop your comments. I'm over and out. This is another episode of As Her World Turns. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.